Can you believe how much The Muppets Christmas Carol has become a holiday classic? Released on December 11th, 1992, this beloved film has been enchanting audiences for over 30 years. Its unique take on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, blending the emotional depth of the original book paired with the Muppets' trademark humor, heart, and unforgettable songs, made this into a classic film. But behind the film's charm lies a fascinating history, one that reflects both the legacy of the Muppets and the personal losses the team had experienced. Here's the story behind how the Muppets Christmas Carol came to be. The idea of the Muppets Christmas Carol came during a time of transition for the Muppets. The Muppets had already become an iconic franchise with films like The Muppet Movie and The Great Muppet Caper, but by the time they began work on The Muppets Christmas Carol, the team was facing an emotional and difficult period. Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, had passed away in 1990, and Richard Hunt, another key performer, had died in 1992. This left the Muppets family grieving, but they were also determined to carry on the legacy of these beloved individuals. Jim Henson's untimely death left a void for not only the Muppets, but the creative direction of the studio as a whole. He had been the heart and soul of the Muppets, and without him, there was a sense of both loss and responsibility of how work could continue. The Muppets' charm and positive spirit had always been linked to Henson and his values, his humor, his kindness, and his connections to the characters. In the years following his death, the Muppets faced a challenge unlike anything they'd seen before. The film would be marked by it being the first movie without Jim Henson producing. It also became the first film under the Muppet banner in the Walt Disney Pictures Productions area, which they had acquired the Muppets just a few years earlier. This marked a new beginning, a new era for the Muppets. It laid the groundwork for the future of the Walt Disney Company owning the Muppets franchise. The film would be directed by Brian Henson, the son of Jim Henson, and it would be his directorial debut. It was a big responsibility, and there was a lot of pressure for him to create a film that lived up to his father's work. He wanted to bring about the heart and humor that Jim Henson had brought to many Muppet fans over the decades. Brian Henson, along with his team, made sure to stay true to the Muppet spirit, blending their unique brand of comedy with the classic Victorian story of Scrooge and redemption. Brian's directing paid off as the film became a fan favorite, even some would call it a cult classic, proving that once again the Muppets could thrive without Jim Henson at the helm. Brian Henson's deep understanding of the Muppets allowed him to guide the film with care and attention to detail, honoring his father's legacy. The screenplay for The Muppets Christmas Carol was written by Jerry Jewell, a long-term collaborator with the Muppets and a key figure in shaping the story. His ability to take Dickens' timeless novel and turn it into a Muppets classic was one of skill and determination. He was able to take the unique characters from their Charles Dickens original plot and mold them into Muppets characters with a unique twist. He found the voice of the Muppets throughout, and he was able to utilize the Muppets characters in a unique way with emotional breadth, and also took on a new tone for the classic characters. It was something we had not seen before with the Muppets. One of the most iconic aspects of the Muppets Christmas Carol was its incredible cast. The role of Ebenezer Scrooge would be played by legendary actor Michael Caine, who famously brought a serious, grounded performance to the film. This bold choice was given that the Muppets are known for their slapstick humor, but Caine's serious approach to Scrooge gave the film more emotional depth. It played perfectly with that humor that the Muppets were known for. He didn't play for laughs, he played it straight, which made it more believable, more understanding, and provided more emotion around the characters. What made it more fun, the Muppets' spin, you could say, was the characters around it. Gonzo played that of Charles Dickens, and Rizzo the Rat was his sidekick. Kermit the Frog played the role of Bob Cratchit, and Fozzie Bear played the role of Fozziewig, with more and more of the Muppets characters playing supporting roles throughout. It It was very fascinating to see how they would handle the unique characters like the ghosts that would visit Scrooge during the nighttime. The casting was absolutely brilliant. The humor and heart that the Muppets brought, paired with that of Michael Caine, made it a film that could not be missed. Another standout feature of the Muppets Christmas Carol was its music. The film's songs were written by Paul Williams, a songwriter known for his work with the Muppets, including the Muppet Movie. The songs are memorable and heartfelt, with a mix of joy and tender ballads that elevate the emotion and showcases the story. His songs like Scrooge, One More Sleep Till Christmas, and Bless Us All really brought the audience in and gave more emotional depth to the characters. Overall, you could say one of the most touching aspects of the Muppet Christmas Carol is its tribute to Jim Henson and Richard Hunt. Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, passed away in 1990, and Richard Hunt, who voiced characters like Scooter, passed away in 1992. Both men were integral in the creation of the Muppets, and their loss was deeply felt throughout the film's creation. The film was dedicated to both individuals, serving as a tribute to their contributions to the Muppets. You could truly call it Brian Henson's love letter to his father. When the Muppets Christmas Carol was released in 1992 of December, it was a moderate success in the box office, grossing around $27 million worldwide. While it didn't top box office charts, the film quickly became a holiday classic, with audiences being charmed by the Muppets' unique take on the Christmas favorite. The film was also applauded for its ability to bring together adults of all ages and children. It really brought more emotional depth to the characters and really was a unique aspect for the Walt Disney Company during the time period. But really, what set it apart was its lasting legacy. Over the years, the Muppet Christmas Carol has become a cherished holiday tradition, with many families airing it every year. Whether that's on Disney Plus, having VHSs or DVDs, they still play it because it's a classic fan favorite. It's always been seen as a unique storytelling of the Charles Dickens classic, and many people thought that this was the major pivot point for the Walt Disney Company to bring the Muppets into the future. It was a turning point for the Muppets. Though the Muppets aren't as utilized as many fans would like, it was a true piece of artwork between the Muppet Studios and the Walt Disney Company. It's still considered a timeless holiday classic to this day. Let us know in the comments below if you're a fan of this movie. Do you think the Muppets should be utilized more often at the Walt Disney Company? Should there be more movies? Should they make another Christmas special? We want to hear from all of you. Thank you again for watching. We appreciate you, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. Thank you. Believable Truths.